This is More Knowledge, More Wealth with your host, Gabriel Shahin. Gabriel is a certified financial planner and a registered investment advisor at Falcon Wealth Planning. This show does not intend to provide personalized investment advice through this broadcast and does not represent that the services or securities discussed are suitable for any investor. Investors are advised not to rely on any information contained in the broadcast in the process of making a full informed investment decision. Now here's your host, Gabriel Shahin.
Good day, this is Gabriel Shahin, certified financial planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here, and every weekend talking about all important topics of personal finance. My goal is to go over the knowledge you need to increase your wealth. Now, to the listener, you can always reach out to myself or any one of our colleagues here at Falcon Wealth Planning. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Or visit our website at falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com for short. Now, I'm the president of Falcon Wealth Planning. We are a fee-only, non-commissioned, true fiduciary, folks, where 100% of the time we have to do what's in your best interest. That's why we're offering 1 to 2 meetings, 1 to 2 hours of our time, folks, at no cost. It's a complimentary assessment where we talk about everything that involves a dollar sign. That's where you are today, how retirement looks like, investments, estate planning, folks, you name it, anything that involves a dollar sign, we would love to help. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON. Like the bird. And if you have a question, feel free to send it in to radio@falconwp.com. That's radio@falconwp.com. That's what Dave did over in Washington. Asked a question specifically of, do I need a financial advisor if I can just if they can just ask ChatGPT? So I'm going to say that's AI. So if people don't know what ChatGPT is, or it's artificial intelligence. It's a way to answer questions. So I thought it would be fun today to see if we can just answer Dave's question in Washington very specifically by just doing it ourselves. So I said, what the hey? Sounds like a great idea. So I thought I'd have fun. I'm using my phone. I just downloaded the ChatGPT app. There's Monica that's out there, which is a Google's device. That's ChatGPT 4. It's just more updated, so it's nice. So I thought, hey, let's have fun. How to help rich people get richer. So I'm going to rate them. Now, if you're wondering, who am I to rate this artificial intelligence? Well, I don't know where to start. I've been rated through Financial Advisor magazines, one of the fastest growing firms and top firms in the country. I've been in multiple publications. Advisor Hub has got me top 50 advisors to watch. Rising Star last year in Wealth Management Magazine. RA Intel had me winner of Rising Star and also nominated for Advisor of the Year. Falcon Wealth Planning has been Advisor Firm of the Year nomination last year. We have had multiple accolades, Advisor IQ. Folks, I mean, we're blessed, okay? There's no shortage of accolades that our firm has gotten. We're one of the peak in the industry, and we feel fortunate to do it. So how is it? Hard work, understanding what you're doing, staying honest, folks. That's really there's key to success. Forget financial industry, okay? Key to success. You could be working at a restaurant. If you're hardworking, if you know what you're doing, and you're honest, you're going to own a restaurant one day, folks. I don't care if you're bussing tables, okay? Yeah, so that's just my personal key to success. So let's go into detail of how to help rich, or the question I asked ChatGPT, how to help rich people get richer. So this is what it's saying. I'm going to read you word for word. As an AI assistant, that's artificial intelligence, it's important for me to provide ethical and responsible advice. It is not appropriate to suggest ways to help rich people get richer without considering the broader implications of wealth inequality and social responsibility. Yada, yada, yada. Well, it's just, let's answer the question. That being said, it's important to note that wealth management strategies vary depending on individual financial situations and goals. Some general tips that may be helpful for wealthy individuals include, you ready, folks? Here it is. There are 5. Number 1, diversify your investments. Man, that just sounds familiar, interesting. I'm not saying you need a higher advisor for that, but the fact is, what is it saying? Diversify your investments. Investing in a variety of asset classes can help spread out risk and increase the potential for returns. It's funny, I see people in real estate just love real estate. People in stock only love stock. I'm telling you, in our financial planning firm, which is goal is to help rich people get richer or the aspiring to become financially independent, our goal is to help increase your net worth. And sometimes it's not only investments, sometimes it's retirement accounts, sometimes it's businesses, sometimes it's real estate, sometimes it's oil and gas investment. The point is we we're not getting compensated for those. We're getting compensated directly from our clients. So we frankly don't care what you do. We just have to tell, and we don't care how you feel. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But there's more than one way to skin a cat. So we're not just going to give you the recommendation and expect you to blindly follow it. We're just going to tell you it's in your best interest, and here it's why. So this is clearly stating diversify your investments. That is so vague, but it's true. So it's not telling you don't need. So Dave in Washington, it's not saying don't have a professional just because AI can answer it, because they're making it very clear they've got to understand your specific situation. And as of right now, there is no AI available that is able to answer those questions for you specifically on what you should do. By the way, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Gabriel Shahin, certified financial planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here on every weekend, talking about all important topics of personal finance. And I thought, what the heck? Let's have fun this week. And let's ask AI, ChatGPT, about wealth strategies, how to make people richer. And let's see, because Dave over in Washington asked, maybe they don't need an advisor. Maybe they can have AI do it for them. So we're going to ask AI questions, and I'm rating these questions. And I already gave you my credentials earlier of why I'm more than equipped to rate them. So number 2 is consider alternative investments. Alternative investments such as private equity, real estate, hedge funds can provide a unique opportunity for wealth growth. Now that is true. Now keep in mind, what this obviously doesn't understand is low interest rate environments. Private equity was very good when you could leverage and borrow at 0.75% or 1 or 2 or 3% and go buy businesses out there that has a return of 30 to 100% on an annual basis. So yes, I agree. It makes sense. But you have to also understand the situation. And hedge funds, historically speaking, cannot even outpace the S&P 500. So that's another thing. Okay, so yes, but they're not talking about remember, only going in that. The first question or answer they gave was diversify your investments. So a little of everything doesn't hurt. Okay, so I acknowledge that as well. Even though I've never recommended hedge funds, even though people who want to double their money in a year, I said, you know what, a hedge fund can do it, but you could also lose your money in 6 months. So number 3 is manage taxes. Okay, by the way, number 1, I'll rate an A. Number 2, I'll rate a B-. Number 3, manage taxes. Tax planning strategies such as charitable giving, estate planning, and tax-efficient investment can help minimize tax liability and maximize saving. I'm going to give that grade an A. That is, I'll probably go as far as saying an A+. Now, keep in mind, yet again, being able to do this, including the first one, how do you know what hedge fund to get, what private equity get? How do you know any of these alternatives, real estate and so on? You can't just buy property. I met somebody the other day at church that bought real estate, so happy with it, and is losing $400 a month. He's like, well, yeah, but I hold the real estate. It's like, dude, you're crazy. Making no sense. Yeah, but they're paying my mortgage. I never was happy putting $100,000 down on investment just so I could lose $400 a month, which is $4,800 a year, which is roughly 5%. You're losing cash on your money. You're crazy. These people are crazy. All right. Sorry for the person that maybe is hearing this show, but the point is you got to be strategic about this. So you do need to talk to a professional. I have a fantastic video on our Knowledge Center at falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com that talks about real estate being a good investment and how to choose good real estate. That video has probably 10,000 plus views at this point in just a few months. But keep in mind, all right, they're giving you advice. I rated an A, but can it, replace advisors? It doesn't sound like it. It's giving you tax strategies for charitable giving. Okay, well, what does that mean to you? Nothing. You got to hire a professional to help you. Estate planning, definitely got to hire a professional for that. And tax efficient investments. Most people don't know what that even means. So, but I do grade it in A. This is big picture talking. So AI so far, not bad. Now, let's go number 4. Work with a financial advisor. Well, hey, thank you, ChatGPT AI. And Dave, there you have it right there. Just Googled it right there. Work with a financial advisor. A quality financial advisor can help you develop a personalized financial plan that takes into account your unique needs and goals. Man, you know what? Round of applause for ChatGPT and AI because, listen, it's common sense. I'm not worried about my job because AI can answer some questions. Because the questions, to be so specific to your situation, has to understand maybe something as simple as how much you make. Are you going to stay at your home forever? Do you rent? Do you own? Do you have any debt? What's your cash reserves? How much are you saving in your retirement account? How much do you have in your retirement account? How old you are? When you're going to retire? You get what I'm saying? How much you spend? What's discretionary, non-discretionary? Are you currently supporting kids or not? Like, there's so many variables. I talked about what, 10 to 15? There's probably 150 So the idea here, of course, with me just going through this was a simple concept of just commenting the difficulty of it. So bravo for saying that. I'm going to rate that one an A++, and I'll give you extra credit on top for talking about getting a financial plan that's unique to your needs and goals. So bit biased there, no? All right, last one. Many wealthy individuals choose to give back to their communities through charitable giving or philanthropy. This can provide personal fulfillment by also making it a positive impact on society. Folks, I've said this so many times. Your money goes three places. It either goes to you, or when you pass, it goes to your heirs. It goes to the IRS. All right, boo. Or it goes to charity. Choose two of the three. So if rich people really want to get richer, there are ways to do it. And there's a reason the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was founded. There was a reason of the Warren Buffett Foundation was founded, because they put majority of their wealth in there, because why are they going to give it to the IRS? Estate taxes alone are 40%, plus state taxes could be another 10, depending on where you live. Some states don't have it, like California. But the point is what are you going to do? Are you going to give 40% of it away, or you get a tax deduction today, keep more of your tax benefits that you have going on right now, and then purposely do tax strategies, whether it's selling real estate property you didn't want to, selling stock that you have, or selling a business. There are so many ways where the rich get richer. And what's the key concept of this ChatGPT conversation? Talk to a professional. I will give that answer also an A, because it makes sense, but that's one of the hardest things to do. One of the hardest organizations to open is a nonprofit. I mean, heck, depending on the state you're in, you have to write a letter to your attorney general and give them a statement of purpose for them to see if truly that should be a 501c3 nonprofit organization. You get what I'm saying, folks? If you need help with this, don't go messaging ChatGPT. If you need help, give us a call. We'd be happy to help. Folks, we got offices all over, from Illinois to Washington. We service about a dozen states. We'd be happy to help, folks. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Folks, we're going to go on a quick break, and we'll be right back after a few words. This is Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner, your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth. That's on every weekend. We're going over all important topics of personal finance. We're going over retirement planning, making sure you're prepared for retirement, Social Security and strategies, real estate, taxes, avoiding them now and in the future, investments, reducing fees, commissions, and so on, insurance, and estate planning. Folks, we are offering a free financial assessment that you could take advantage of. We have offices all across Southern California, including the Inland Empire. Give us a call to take advantage. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird, or visit our website, falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com for short. Enjoy the show. We look forward to serving you. Welcome back, folks. This is Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth, here and every weekend, talking about all important topics of personal finance. And today was an interesting show. I thought I would rate and grade how artificial intelligence helps answer people's questions, because I had a question with Dave over in Washington State, ask if a financial planner is needed, a financial advisor, if they are needed with this ChatGPT technology and artificial intelligence is the speed it's moving. So I said, let's ask some questions to AI, to ChatGPT. I used Monica specifically through Google. So a lot of these answers I have. I told you what the question was. I think the first one was, how to help rich people get more rich. That was the question. Went over those 5 items. Now, this one I thought would be more better for everybody else. And that is, what is some of the best wealth management tips? Pretty cool. Here are 6 answers that we're going to go over, folks. Number one is, and I'm going to grade these, okay? And you can hear in the first segment my accolades and experience in the industry. I've been in the finance world since 2003. This past April was 20 years in the business. So the first part is creating a budget. Okay. Now I'm going to actually read you specifically what this artificial intelligence said. A budget is the foundation of any good financial plan. It helps you track your income and expenses, identify areas where you can cut back, and ensure that you're living within your means. Now, that's just common sense. We let go of a client one time with $10 million. At the time, it's one of my largest clients. This was before we grew to as big of a firm that we were. Now, why would I let go of them? Because we kept arguing. Why? Because they were spending $1 million a year. I would have to make at least 10% returns for them just so they break even. It was not sustainable. They didn't live on a budget. It didn't work. So you want to see if you're financially well off? You want to know what's one of the best wealth management tips is see how much you spend. right? And not just what you spend today, but what we spend tomorrow. What does that mean? Well, you have mortgage. That might not be forever. Supporting kids, God willing, that's not forever. You get what I'm saying? So it just depends is the answer. And factoring in what income that is coming in by just putting together a budget, what you make now is it's different than what it is in retirement. So you got to be strategic about that as well. Now, let's continue the conversation on number 2. I'm going to rate that one an A. So good job. Now, that doesn't mean you don't need a financial advisor, remember. In this one, you also need a financial advisor to understand the variables that you don't know yet. You're going to retire once in your life, okay? You may not understand that you want to retire at 60 and you're not going to have health care from 60 to Medicare at 65. You might not understand when to take Social Security because you can take it as early as 62, or maybe you're a widow, you can take it as early as 60 or as late as 70. You get what I'm saying? You don't understand maybe the factors of inflation, how much you should factor that you're going to need for retirement in 5 to 15 to 20 plus years from now. So these are just big picture conversation. Number 2, start saving early. The earlier you can start saving, the more time your money has to grow. Consider setting up an automatic contribution to your retirement account or investment portfolio to make savings easier. Now, this is good. Big picture, I give it an A, but realistically, it's a B, and here's why. They're talking about saving in retirement. Well, what type of retirement? Is it a 401k? Is it a 401a? Is it a 457, 403b? Is it a Roth? Which one is it? It's so important to get the right answer. And you know from previous shows how I feel about traditional versus Roth and what you should be doing depending on your situation. So yes, start saving early, but does it acknowledge what if you're 60? Like, okay, thanks for the advice. So I rate that about a B. All right. Number 3, diversify your investment. Man, this just sounded earlier. It's the same as the rich getting richer. How do you get rich? Even if you're just you're aspiring, wanting to become financially independent. Well, diversify your investments. It's funny. Everybody should do it. And the funny thing is, not everybody does. You want to know who's one of the richest people in the world that's really good at diversifying their investments? Warren Buffett. You want to know why he's a billionaire? Because he never spends his money, only adds to it, only saves it, and its compound interest does the rest. So diversify is key to managing risk in your investment portfolio. Consider investing in a mix of stocks, bonds, and other asset classes to spread out your risk. Bravo. A+ there. Yet again, it doesn't give you anything more specific than that. That's why you should consult with a financial planner or advisor. And folks, if you need help with that, we would love to help. Give us a call. We really help customize everything to your specific situation. And we're giving 1 to 2 meetings, 1 to 2 hours of our time, folks, at no cost, folks. Give us a buzz. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. We can help customize, put a plan together. We'll spend some time with you to relate the show to your specific situation. Now, number 4 is minimize debt. Now, this is an interesting one. High levels of debt could be a major obstacle to building wealth. Try to pay off high interest debt as quickly as possible and avoid taking on new debt unless it is absolutely necessary. I'm going to rate this probably about a C+. Only because depending on the situation, the interest rate environment, let's just say right now you're able to get today where mortgages are 6.5%. Let's just say you have $10 million in the bank account. Well, if somebody was offering you a 3.5% rate, are you going to take it on your mortgage of a new house that was just, say, $5 million? Would you put $1 million down and borrow 4 at 3.5%? Or would you just write a check for $5 million because you have $10 million in the bank account? I hope you're saying, for the love of God, for the love of money, for the common sense, that you would take that mortgage at 3.5%. Why? Because why would you pay off a 3.5% when you can get currently a 5% plus 3-month treasury? What you could get in the investment world, 7, 10 plus % returns on your investment over, if the mortgage is 30 years, over 30 plus years. Like, why would you do that? And on top of that, the mortgage interest is a write-off. Like, for heaven's sakes, folks, for those of you that said they wanted to just pay it off, I'm sorry. I'm talking to you, need to talk to a financial professional as fast as possible. Because that old school mentality, you're stuck in the 80s. You're literally 40 to 50 years too late. Why? Because when you first got the mortgage, the interest rate was 13 to 14 to 15%. You want to know why you're not happy with your current financial situation potentially? It's because of that mentality. Debt is needed. Zero interest is fantastic. Why would you pay something cash when they can offer zero interest? Now, if you're trying to buy a TV for $1,000, they're going to give you zero interest for 36 months. Like, Listen, that could be great starting off, but if you're in a financial situation with that person with 10 million in the bank, even 1 million in the bank, even 100,000 in total net worth, investments, whatever, maybe you don't want to do that. Why? Because of the simple fact of it pulls your credit, and those department store things aren't the best. But my comment to you is to be so just ignorantly decisive that you wouldn't do something like that is alarming. And I get it. You may not like debt, but for heaven's sakes, it's an extremely important tool to help you become financially independent. All right. So that was number 4. Rated that a C, right? Maybe even a C minus if I said that already. By the way, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth, here on every week and talking about all important topics of personal finance. And today we're just rating ChatGPT and AI to see their questions and advice that they're giving to people. Because Dave in Washington, sorry to pick on you, Dave, and I'm not even picking on you. You asked a great question. Heck, you're probably working for Amazon or Microsoft, right? You're probably in that Seattle area. So, but just the point of this, hopefully you understand, yes, you need a professional. Number 5, plan for the unexpected. Life is unpredictable, so it's important to have a plan in place for unexpected events, such as a job loss, an illness, and other emergencies. Consider setting up an emergency fund with 3 to 6 months of working capital. And I love this one. This is a really good one, and I'll rate this one about a B+. But it's funny how so many people, we say when everything is great until it's not, right? So I'm just telling you, for the most part, that it's so crucial for you to also just think about it, as crazy as this may sound, as crazy as you may think this is not possible, to just think if you were not to have a job tomorrow. Number 1, how long would it take you to have a job? Number 2, what if artificial intelligence takes your job? You get what I'm saying? So what risks could your current situation have, and how will you survive? How long do you need to get back on your feet? So the parts you have to start thinking about, I guess the primary one is, do you have cash reserves? Now, this is saying 3 to 6 months. Some will say up to a year. Some will say up to 2 years, 3 years, depending on how risky your job is and your current lifestyle. So you just want to make sure you're doing that right. Now, here's a part that, yet again, the reason I didn't give it an A, because each situation is so complicated. And depending on the situation, if your job truly is safe, you want to also look into maybe forbearances that may be available to you and so on. So that's a thing with working with a professional. They're able to share with you some of the availability of strategies that you may be able to take advantage of. Now, the last one I want to talk to you about is number 6, working with a financial professional. Now, just so you know, I just wrote in ChatGPT, best wealth management tips. So just like the first one, which helps get the rich get richer, and also now on the second one, what are the best wealth management tips? They're saying working with a financial professional. I'm already going to give that an A++. So a qualified financial advisor can help you develop a personalized financial plan that takes into account your unique needs and goals. They can also provide expert advice on investment strategies, tax planning, and other wealth management topics. Now, I'm telling you, that is so important and arguably impactful, because nobody knows everything. Nobody. At this point, we have teams of people here at Falcon Wealth Planning that provide me information, knowledge, what helps us do in our forecasting and economic help, in financial advisory, in tax help. The laws are changing all the time. The situation, the economy is changing all the time. This is why you need to talk to a professional, because for somebody who claims they do it on their own, people who are time in markets, people just don't know what they don't know. And that's the dangerous part when you're so smart, but you're so smart it's dangerous to your own self, which is why a majority of individual investors out there fail to underperform the even market itself that does over 10% returns annually. My point is don't try to outsmart anything. Your goal is to reduce your risk, identify your situation, and how you can make the best possible impact to make sure you have financial stability and security. Folks, this is why we're offering a financial assessment, a free financial assessment. And we could do this through Zoom, we could do this in person, whatever it is. We got offices all across. We service multiple states across the country. Give us a call. We'll give you 1 to 2 hours, 1 to 2 meetings of our time, folks, at no cost. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Or visit our website at falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com. for short. We can help put a personalized assessment for you to help relate this show to your specific situation. Folks, that was a fast show. I'm so happy with this topic. I appreciate the questions that came in. I know I only choose one topic every episode, but you know what? Maybe eventually in the future, I'll just read off maybe 10 messages or emails that we get that you may have. You could send the same thing to radio@falconwp.com. That's radio@falconwp.com. Folks, fast show. We appreciate it. You can always reach out to myself or any one of our colleagues here at Falcon Wealth Planning. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Or visit our website at falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com for short. Folks, we want you to have a great week, a great weekend, and God bless.